And welcome back to the Levels and Meds here on the Bridge99 FM with me, your host, Jeffrey Azan. As I promised, we're having a exceptional guest with us in studio today. She is the CEO of Profit Jumpstarter. She is a wealth coach, and she's here to talk to us about the business of Valentine's Day. Bridge Nation, please help me welcome Mrs. Keisha Bailey to the building. Woo!
Welcome, 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 welcome. Very excited to be here. Very excited.
Happy to have you, happy to have you. So Keisha, to the people who don't know you, tell us a little bit about yourself.
All right, so they call me the money guru. They
Money
also call
guru.
the money guru.
Right.
Because I know money very well. And they also call me Keisha, the teacher, because I'm very big on financial education.
I get the impression that you might also be a dancehall artist with all these names.
With
but we'll come
with
back
a different
to
name.
Yeah,
So
man.
I've been in the financial sector for a very long time, even though I'm looking young, fresh and green. I've been in finance for now, I'll call it almost 20 years.
Oh, wow.
I've worked for many banks. I've managed a lot of money, lots of money. I'm used to big money. That's why, they call me the money guru, because I know how to grow money well. I was a portfolio manager and a risk manager for a very long period of time. I was in Jamaica, then moved to Canada to do my MBA in finance there. Then I was working again as a portfolio manager there. Up to when my highest level, I was managing over 100 billion Canadian dollars for some of the largest clients and institutions there. But wasn't feeling the impact because I was making rich people richer. And then when 2020 came around, I said, well, what's happening for my people?
Right.
I have to take my, my skill sets
Right.
to start Profit Jumpstarter and help everyday people to build wealth. Show you the secrets that only the wealthy know about. Bust you upon the team. Show you exactly how you can build wealth and what you need to do to build wealth faster, because nobody named it for the slow and the steady and slowly just, savings account, money on the mattress. We want to put our money into the right investments that work for us really fast so that we can see that growth and we can get to live life on our term, live the life we want, enjoy the niceness of life that's out there.
Right.
So that's what I focus on doing now. I coach persons around what exactly you need to do with the money you have so that it can grow into more. How you turn your mickle to millions. What do you need to do?
I like that. So it's not mickle to muckle anymore, it's mickle to
millions.
millions.
Yes.
So with that, last week we had on a couple that focused on money and marriage.
Yeah.
And they spoke a lot about investing in the relationships. I think it's very appropriate that we have you on today as the investment guru, right? As Keisha the teacher.
Yeah.
We're going to cut her track before she leave here today, right? A Bridge exclusive. But how important is this concept to you? And we're going to come specifically to the business of Valentine's Day, but how important is this concept of merging this need to invest with the idea of a relationship? Investment, wealth growing, capitalizing is very often an individual pursuit. Not a lot of people possess the ambition for it. Not a lot of people put in the time, develop the vernacular, and it very often is a lonely journey. But on this day of Valentine's Day, where we're looking at couples and relationships and intimacy and all of those wonderful things, how important is it to build that investment portfolio with, say, a partner or a team? How important is it to have groups involved in that investment process? So
when we think about investments, single life, it's just you alone trotting the streets by yourself. As you are building that wealth for yourself, your relationship with money is the first thing you need to sort out. How intimate are you personally with your own money? Make sure that you have a solid relationship. It's not an entanglement where you're not every again, look for your money, but you're afraid of it. You have to make sure you are intimate on your own with your money. When you come together now in that relationship, we now have to look at the couple's relationship with money. Okay. What are the two of us doing with our money together? We can't be entangled with our money, but we're a couple up at night time. I used to have a friend that tell me all the time, hug up, can't carry, go shop. right?
Hold on, stick a pin.
Hug up, can't carry go shop.
Hold on. Hug up, can't carry go shop. All right.
Hug up, can't carry go shop. You have to always make sure that in the relationship, the financial part of the relationship solid. Just like how the love solid, the bedroom time solid, the money have a solid too. That's important.
I'm not swearing for nobody about no bedroom time solid, but right.
Well, solid bedroom.
Well, solid bedroom,
but
solid
we
bed.
Make sure
solid bed and bed
the money
frame.
Solid as well.
To that question though, and I want to come back to this, you can't take hug up go shop. But the shopper sell hug up.
The shopper sell hug up, but it sell. You have to take money for buy the hug up.
So how do we get into the hug up industry? That's what I want to know.
How we get up?
Meaning we're having these industries, they understand, and we jump, I like this phrase, right? They understand that we go and hug up. They understand that there's a love component. They understand that we're putting in that investment with our people. And then as a business capitalizing on it, right? How do I do that? How do I get into that industry?
Oh, as in to start a business that way?
Yeah, how do I...
Thinking about it. Well, the thing is always find out what people want. We know them want hug up, what level of hug up they want.
Right.
I personally would say, all right, what level of hug up? How can I service and excel and meet the needs of those persons? You have people like Michael Leach in there saying any business can be started the same way. Find a need, service that need exceptionally well, and be different when you're servicing the need. Once you're different and you over satisfy the customers, your business is going to grow, your venture is going to grow. So if you're saying a couple of hug up time, I want to be in the hug up industry, you make sure that you are servicing those people very well. You give them everything they need and more for hug up, more and more and more, so they keep coming back to you because they love what you're offering to them.
So if we're really talking about this Valentine's Day and the business of Valentine's Day, paraphrasing what you shared a while ago, we really need to decide which part of the Valentine's Day process do we want to be a part of. Do we want to be a part of the hug up process? Do we want to be a part of the chups process? Or saying, as you said a while ago, do we want to be a part of the couple up process?
Right.
So we kind of need to know where in the process do we even want to maybe look for the problem.
Right. I mean, today some people are spenders, consumers. They might buy, and take care of their loved one. Other people on the receiving end come tonight when the stores close, them account their money and very happy. You decide which way you want to be, but there's a way to be on the two sides.
Talk to me. How do I get on both sides?
Be on the two sides now, we're talking about gift investments.
Okay.
Not just, we spend the money on today and then we buy a nice bouquet of roses, and then tomorrow, them start with a by weekend, the rose them dead. And you say, wait, them just spend $10,000 buy a big bouquet of rose, and my girl get to post 2 pictures on the gram.
Preach!
we put 2 pictures on the gram, and then by weekend, the rose dead.
Yeah.
Think about gift investments, the gifts that keep on giving.
Now remember, this is daytime radio, not nighttime radio. So you have to explain what the gift that keeps on giving.
The gift that keeps on giving above board, not the gift that keeps on giving down there. The gift that keeps on giving above board. We're talking about investments. We're talking about saying, hey babe, how about, I purchased some stocks for you this Valentine's Day. Here are some stocks in your favorite companies that you're always shopping on. You love Amazon. Here are some Amazon stocks for you. You're going to get regular dividends from these stocks going forward. The money that I put today is going to grow, and you can use that money in the future to do other things.
Stick up in. Bridge Nation. And get on the WhatsApp line because I want your take on this. 876-551-5782. Would you accept stocks? And this is for the women particularly. Would you accept stocks as a Valentine's Day gift? I really want to know. I like it. Because really and truly what you're doing is you're giving me free money.
Everybody loves free money because other people's money is the best money.
Okay.
We know this, ladies. We know this.
Right.
Other people's money is the best money. If you can get your significant other to purchase these gift investments for you, the money is going to keep on giving. Right? The stock over time is going to go up in value. You can get dividends, which is additional free money. Right? So the gift that keeps on giving. Not rose is great, but me take 1 rose and 10 Amazon stock. That's how I see it. Give me 1 rose and 10 Amazon socks so that I can keep on receiving gifts. That's the gift that keeps on giving. I will love you forever if you keep giving me gift vestments.
You know, it's interesting that you said that, love you forever, because there's a lot of things that are representative of love that they themselves are very temporary in existence.
Yes.
Or they actually lack a lot of value. You know, a lot of people don't know that what makes gold valuable is actually not the amount of it. What makes gold valuable is actually its chemical composition.
Right.
It's the only totally non-reactive metal that exists. Same with diamonds. Diamonds last an extremely long time, but they're actually value worth based on supply is not a real
right,
thing.
They're finite. There's a limited amount of it, and so.
But it's not even that there's a limited amount, it's a controlled market. Where
Yes.
the buyers buy up all the diamonds to drive up the price of diamonds. So you're buying something that is quote unquote high value
Yes.
to represent an eternal love,
Right.
but it's really a false market at the end of the day. You know, it's a
false market
manufacturer.
if you're
It's a
buying, right.
it's a manufacturer. I mean, if you're selling, you're on the right
Oh,
side,
that's
right?
the thing.
So the question is, I like this idea that I'm talking to you about, you know, we're talking serious relationships. You're not just, oh, you're my Valentine's. Maybe that's why people buy temporary gifts, because you're just a Valentine's on that day.
Right.
But
The serious Valentine.
the serious
We
Valentine's.
get the real goal, not the washover.
Right.
That person, that's who we're talking to.
So we're talking about, I'm telling you, babe, my love for you is as forever as these Amazon stocks.
Of course, because Amazon is quality just like gold, right? My love extended forth. Right?
And it multiplies.
Right, it multiplieth for thee. Here are some stocks to show my eternal love.
Why, this is, folks,
The ladies will love it. The
men.
men also, let's talk about the men, because the men can be receivers of
Well, I was
investments.
going to come to that after the break, but since you're here now, let's talk about it now.
The men can be receivers of gift investments as
Be careful,
well, right?
Be careful, because your man in the building, I might put him on the
Yeah, he
mic
would
to hear
love
what
some
I'm
gift
gonna say, though.
investments. He would love some gift investments.
But does he
because
get gift investments? I put
He
you on the
does.
spot.
He does. The family portfolio is turned. It's
It
turned
is
up.
turned. Folks, the portfolio is turned. It not just up, it turned.
It turned.
All right,
The family
all right.
portfolio. Go on.
I like
Even
that,
the
I
baby,
like that.
the baby boy who is 3, he has his gift investments that he gets, because every birthday we don't take toys, we take deposits into his portfolio. That's how we set it up. We don't wanna, car and truck, nice, and like a soldier man, nice, but we like gift investments because the gift that keeps on giving.
I love that. I love that. The gift that keeps on giving is the one above board, and we call those some stocks and some bonds and help you build out and flesh out your
Financial
portfolio.
assets,
Some
real
financial
estate.
assets.
Me, I take a key.
Boy.
I would take a nice new home.
Boy.
That's nice, right?
That say the least. To say the least. All right. But what about those people who are saying, okay, I might not be in that state of liquidity where I have the cash to get into that, still want to show my love, still want to be a part of this whole Valentine's Day thing. What I have is I have time and I have effort and I have energy and I may have a network. What do you say to that person on this whole idea of the business of Valentine's? What does that person do if they can't run out and put some US dollars towards a stock, or even the Jamaican stock market? Because the Jamaican stock market don't do bad.
No, you can start with a small amount for the persons with the mickle, where the heart tall but the pocket, the pocket small.
Flat.
Right, the pocket not really deep yet.
Right.
There's still things you can do, because we have unit trust products nowadays that even with $1,000 you can start an account there and do investments there. The minimum account opening requirements are smaller now, so you can do something. If you say, all right, well, I don't have the $1,000 or even that, and I want to start, think about side hustles. Maybe today, I can capitalize on the day, offer some services to people, make some money, and then later on invest it. But if you have access to a network, there's must something you can sell to that network. There must be some service you can provide, some product, something you can make. Even you give some, diet advice, some fitness advice, some financial coaching to person, anything that you can monetize and you receive income from your side also, right? So you have that, you get the money, and then later on invest it. But there are different sides to be on. If your eyes are always open for money making opportunity, you're going to find it.
if your eyes always open for money-making opportunity, you will find it. Folks, they say, seek and ye shall find.
Right.
But you have to know what you're looking
shall
for.
be opened unto you. You have to know. Say, I have out there and you're looking around. Valentine's Day, yes, and you hug up with your loved one. Enjoy the day, but money have to make. Because what we're going to do tomorrow.
Folks, there's a whole heap of points that we're dropping here today. I want to do a quick recap. We call the $1,000 I could spend on the flowers. You said there's a unit trust fund that I could get that would start that process of investment, that would start that growth of wealth. It's the gift that keeps on giving. Folks, this Valentine's Day, I thought we were going to talk about flowers and chocolate, but we're talking about dollars and cents. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Teacher the teacher.
I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, I'll probably look at the February. We'll get there. Valentine tomorrow. What about that?
Somebody said bring on the stocks.
Bring on the stocks.
Every Thursday.
All right. They want to win stocks to buy.
We can go there. We can go there.
Fear, because of no fear of
Very high
recognition. No, we want untangle the
queue up by
fear,
this
untangle all kind of negative activity.
With your mid-morning radio queen, Mama Elise Kelly, every Thursday at 10 a.m.
So here what we want
Right,
to do, we want to know for sure as we are.
That's on Tango with Elise
Since
Kelly.
I don't buy the flowers, but I still buy one unit.
Unit trust. Yeah, but I end up selling a rose for the envelope.
No, that
I think, man. We're there right at the unit trust part. After what's happening, the money, she be happy, you know.
What happened
Of course, she should have the rose, but when she said the things that got up, I said, alright. You know?
876-669-5000.
If you're in business,
Get on.
Every month is Valentine's Day.
876-669-5000. Call now.
Rights we should all know.
Know your rights. Protect and preserve your rights. Protect and preserve your children's rights, your family's rights, and the rights of others. Do not break the law. Doing so is to compromise and possibly give away some of your rights. With every right, there is a responsibility.
Brought to you by the Office of the Public Defender.
The Bridge. The Bridge 99 FM to the world.
And we're back to Levels and Meds here on the Bridge 99 FM with me, your host, Jeffrey Azan. And joining me in studio is CEO of Profit Jumpstarter, Keisha Bailey. And we're talking about the business of Valentine's Day. Folks, if you're just tuning in, Keisha has been shelling the traditional concept of Valentine's Day. She said, don't buy the rose, don't buy the chocolate. You need to buy some stocks. If you're going to say your love is forever and it's eternal, then you need to give the gift that keeps on giving, right? We need to really think about how we're spending those dollars. You'd spend $1,000, or in some cases $10,000 for the chocolate and the roses, and by weekend she's eating the chocolate, the roses are dead, she feels fat, the flower vase is empty, and it mash up. So now we're going for the stocks, and the stocks start to keep on.
Every month is a Valentine's Day, baby.
Every month is Valentine's Day. Boy, you know, I try to tell people that every day, and I say I don't wait for Valentine's Day to say I love you. I try to say it every day. But
that's the best way.
So, question now. For some people, it's Valentine's Day. For others, it's Single Awareness Day. How should I go and show myself love today?
Right, for the you know, I'm single. Those treat yourself, right? Self-care important.
Right.
Self-love is the best love. They say, right? We don't have to wait on someone to shower us with gifts. We can buy our own gifts. Right? We can, and it's man or woman, right? Ladies and gentlemen, both. Self-care is important. So if you're thinking about today, treating yourself, maybe you go for a nice lunch. Some person may say, you know, I want a little spa day for myself. Or the man may say, you know, I want to cut my hair, you know, fix up myself, feel good about myself. And you can go home now and account for yourself too. How about that? You know, you go down to your financial institution today, you say, all right, I'm taking care of me. I'm taking care of my future wealthy self. Let me spend some money on myself.
You're taking care of yourself. You're going to spend some money on yourself. You know, it brings me to a question before we even go any further. Keisha, what does money represent to you?
Possibilities.
Possibilities.
Because without money, you can't do anything. You can't do nothing. Right? I grew up very poor in Augusttown. We never have money, so we never talk about money.
Right.
Single mother, she do her thing, and I always saw her working, and she work, and she do overtime, triple time, weekend time, holiday time. She always had to work because that's how she knew how to make money.
Right.
And I said, boy, there must be some other way, man. It
Right.
can't be, you know, you have to, every day you show up and you work and work. When I went to you know, to do my degree, I learned about investments. And I said, wait there. This is not well known to people. Nobody never talked to me about investments and what to do.
You went to UE for finance or just
Actual science.
Oh, you went for actual science. So
Yeah,
the whole different.
I'm a little numbers person, yes.
Okay.
I'm a little, you know, numbers nerdy.
She's
you
a
know,
nerd.
hot nerd.
She's a nerd. That's
Yeah,
what
hot
she said.
nerd.
She's a nerd. All right, hot nerd. We'll give her that.
So-
Keisha the teacher.
Right. So at university, I learned about investments there, and then once I left university, I went on to work with one of the banks, and then that's when now I say, where they are, I saw the thing set. Investments are the way for you to work less and have your money work for you. So instead of you have to get up every day and show up, the money is working for you, and money works harder than you work because money don't take vacation and sick leave. It's always turning over for you. So once I understood that, I said, all right, to have money, to have possibilities, I need to invest. There's no other way because there's nothing free. You can't go anywhere and say, beg you one of these for free.
Right.
Doesn't happen. You have to have your money.
Because them don't take hug up a shop.
Don't take hug up. Right? Don't take pretty smile. Don't take, have a nice day. You have to have your money. Whether you're using that money to buy things for yourself, whether you're using it to take care of your family, take care of your children, take care of your parents, take care of charities, donate money, you need money.
But then you have
free.
the argument, love don't cost a thing.
Right, but it's time. Love requires you to show time, show affection. That time for people who have to work for money, that time, if you are spending love and affection, you know, my love don't cost a thing, it does, because that time, you know, they are work. That time you're gonna be broke unless you have investments that are working for you in that time. So we can lie down and hug up in a bed and we just watch our stock portfolio. Sure, that's what we all want. That's the life.
Right.
But you can't spend time even though you have a clock in 9 o'clock.
True.
Or 8:30 the boss will look for you. That time of a cut short for you to, right? So your love really does cost something. It costs time. And the way to unlock time and create time is through investing. Where the money working and not you.
Folks, you know, somebody's a master of their craft where no matter what you ask them, you know, they can bring it right back and show you how their particular thing connects back to it, you know. So I know I'm sitting with the investment guru.
All right, it's an investment guru.
She went to the mountaintop and she saw the truth and she brought it back for us.
Yes.
Now, for those people, we talk about the couples, we spoke about the family, we spoke about the individual.
Yeah.
What happened to the person who said, Valentine's Day is not for me? This is not something I want to be a part of. It don't have anything to do with me. Do we just say, well, you know, business as usual? Or is there something particular we'd want to encourage that person on?
All right, so for people who say, I'm really not a love thing, like burn out the love thing, I don't want to be a part of that.
I just want to do my work, hold my head down.
I can't bother with the rose and all them flowers from this or chocolate or that person can focus on making sure that someone else had a good day, right? Paid forward.
Okay.
Paid forward is one life. Someone beside you may be having a rough day.
Right.
Maybe they lost someone and Valentine's Day is a very sad time for them. So I always encourage persons and say, well, you don't really have to believe in a Valentine's Day. You may think it's a commercial, a holiday, and you know, people are make money off of me. But there are things that you can do. Spend time with people that you care about, that you see someone that, you know, needs some help. Offer some support to them. You don't have to be monetary support. It literally can just be some time. Because maybe you are investing and you have all of time. Your money thing set. but you can spend some time with someone to show them that you care.
Mm-hmm.
Just offer love in different ways. That's what I think their day is really about. It's not so much the consumerism and they spend off your money and who can shell out the most.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really offering love in whatever form that may be. For some people, it may be time, because you have only for time, because you have only for money. So you have time, give that time. Others may say, well, I'm able to give back. Maybe I'm doing some volunteering today. Maybe, I'm just calling up some of my friends, give them a strength on Valentine's Day and say, all right, just thinking about you. So there are many different ways to approach it.
So we've covered practically every version of the individual. We've looked at the family, the relationship, the friend, the not interested, interested, and the list goes on.
Yeah.
What about the business? How you are the Profit Jumpstarter.
Yes.
How do you jumpstart my profit on Valentine's Day?
Businesses now, you want to ensure that you have the right types of products in place. Incentivize the purchase. So the business owner should have been, probably last week or 2 weeks, even a month ago, readily advertising what they have. Valentine's promotions, making sure everybody know where you have so they can come to buy from you. A lot of times now when the day come today, make sure your systems can support the sales will come in. Because what happens now on the day, get this bomb rush of orders, but your cash register pop down. Phone line busy.
Here's my thing, I'm not even going to blame any of the retailers. I worked in retail for almost 18 years.
Yeah.
I just going to say financial institutions. I'm not calling any name. Financial institutions. You guys create the longest lines in stores with a one line. So the card machine now work.
Now work. I'm ever run now, go to the ATM, go join the long line.
Or sometimes the whole system crash.
Right.
So people walk with your cash on Valentine's Day. That is a retail insight. Walk with your cash on Valentine's Day.
Or you can get creative too. Maybe some companies can look at, I'll take a bank transfer today. So do it online, we can switch to online.
Small businesses who can check it and verify at the same time. True.
And then you can collect sales there. But we don't want anything to slow down your sales process.
Correct.
So if you need somebody else on the phone, you need a new line for the day, make sure that you're there to support customers. Because they want to spend with you.
Right.
Make sure you're there to receive it, because I want you to make as much money so you can go invest it. And the way to be able to do that is that you have to make sure your sales system is up and going. You can answer the phone, you can go to your deliveries, maybe you need an extra bike man or two today. Make sure you can do all you can to get the sales. Be as creative. If you have to take some checks and you call tomorrow, if you have to do online transfer and you go verify before you deliver the product, if you have to meet the client with the money, that's what you have to do, because you want the sales, because you want the money, right?
Makes sense. How do we do this though? Because I think Valentine's Day, at least in my experience, I would say a rough estimate of purchases on Valentine on the day, or we'll say the days leading up to and the day. 85% of them are men, because they're the ones under the guillotine to make sure.
Guillotine, you say?
Yeah, man, proper. Trust me. But men, traditionally, at least in this modern era, the men are not the shoppers. So we have a sea of people who don't shop, trying to shop, and they're dealing with merchandisers who have never dealt with them either.
Yeah.
And I'm looking to you as your long-term view and perspective, and I'm sure you've worked with a number of institutions.
Yes.
How do you smooth that process? Because I can tell you, I have a lot of friction. And most men kind of just walk in and, give me that. And the merchant, well, it's a... I never ask you what it is. I say, give me that.
Right. So
how do you smooth that process out to increase the sales, to make the profit so they can come and invest?
Well, it starts first with the ladies, right? Because we know the men don't like shop. We know they don't frequently go to shop. So coach them.
Stick up in. Ladies, this message is for you.
So, ladies, coach your man. Coach your man around what to expect, right? What we do is that we say, all right, what are some items you may want? Here are 3, because no more, I'm more. Here are 3 items. Consider them. Pick anything from them 3 here. And then now the gentleman can go now and purchase it. He already knows, all right, it's one of these 3 things my girl are going to want. So, let me get these items for her. That help the discussion with the store person, because I coach you and them, tell you all of the little nuances and what to expect. So when you go in the store and you can say, well, this is what I would want. She said she wanted the blue one with the 3 feet
But
strap, all of those things.
Hold on, because you raise an excellent point, right? We're talking into this business and this retail element. Most women, in my experience, don't, no matter crucify me, most women in my experience, they know exactly what they want in regards to everything else.
But what?
Meaning, if you're going to send the man out to buy floor polish, it's a particular bottle, it's a particular brand, it's a particular size. If you send him to the grocery store, it's a particular set of groceries. It's which grocery store him go to him. Can't just go to any supermarket. And he needs to go to Susie when he goes to that grocery store, because Susie going to make sure you get the right cut of meat, etc. Right? So they're detailed in everything that they want, except what they want in the relationship. Hold on. What they want in the relationship, what they want in the gifts, what they want in terms of the date night. Not to say they don't know.
But
what's the line? He should know if he knows me. I was giving him hints and he did not see.
Yes.
How? Because you're saying now, ladies, go coach your man to go and get.
But the coaching
exact
come with
thing.
the hints, because the hints not subtle. They are not subtle.
Listen, I have a stigmatism in one eye. I have a stigmatism in one eye and a short-sighted in the other, so I'm not pick up the hint.
Yeah, I pick up the hint. And the hint is not subtle.
Okay.
The hint is not subtle because help me to help you. That's how I look on it. Help me to help you. Why if I know that I can suggest casually that I love this bottle of water. It's so nice. You know, the last time I did buy it here, so at this place, you're supposed to can connect us and say, oh, all right. And I can say, well, I didn't want an extra buckle in it because it's only one I have. Put the dots together and go buy the water.
I think you're overestimating men's ability to read
right.
between
So
the
then,
lines.
all right, store, what we can do then, if say that we never get the coaching, never connect for the men. At the store level, what I would do running a store, I say, here are the top items I've seen purchased today. These are the top 5 things. Nobody don't really know if they're the top 5, but these are the top 5 things that the men have been coming in and said that the ladies want. So pick from these. So
we're having a business and we have a Valentine's audience. Let's take out the guesswork. Men, when you're coming into the store, guess what? Here are like Amazon. I guess
that's what
Amazon getting a whole heap of free plug today. Amazon recommends based on what your previous purchases have been. So I kind of come in and say, boy, I have to buy a thing. Don't worry. Here are top 5 items. Yes. Everybody love these.
And worse if it pre-packaged, pre-wrapped.
Oh gosh.
The man, them gonna just grab it and they're gone.
Those are the best.
Right. So find those items, stores, this is for you. You find the top 5 items, maybe these items where you want push to get sold. You say, these are the items we see the men coming in for. One guy just said his girlfriend was in tears when he brought it to her. The man, them are going to say, yeah man, give me one of that. And it wrap already, thanks, gone. So the stores can suggest items to the customers as well.
So when the coaching don't go so good, stores, this is your chance.
Right, because the store can just put it in front of you then and say, all right, see it here, pick one of these. Probably them they will say, pick just this one are the favorite. Pick that one here.
This one is a favorite, pick it.
And it works a lot with perfumes. I've seen stores that do that. They say, this one is one of our best sellers. The women really like this. Maybe you should consider this.
Well, I mean, you say even that now. So we come to that. I'm putting all of my deficiencies out there. My nose broke and lean to the left. So I don't even smell perfume that clean.
But if the store said, this is what the ladies have been buying, this is the top seller, you're going to buy it. Smell it or can't smell it. You're going to say, well, we can't really dispute that.
Right. It's selling a lot. So somebody must like it.
Somebody must like it.
So I want to give the men a little confidence boost from a woman's perspective, right?
Yeah.
I have dived in and I've taken part on this Valentine's Day. I never listened to Levels I Made, so I never know that I was supposed to buy stock. Right. So I go and I buy my little gift. If I buy the gift and I get it wrong, what should be that female approach, that feminine touch? Do you buy them up and say, yo, you buy the wrong thing,
I've seen some of my girlfriends, them say, look here, never want that one here, we have to carry it back tomorrow. And I'm telling you straight. So don't be offended, guys. Don't be offended because you have a strong opinionated woman and you go take it up. That's what you were drawn to. That's fine. So if it works out that, you know, she didn't really like the person, she want to carry it back tomorrow. When you're purchasing, make sure you ask the store, do you have a return policy? If she doesn't like it, can I bring it back tomorrow? Because it also looks good on you as a gentleman if you say, well, here it is, she doesn't like it. Oh, but I really want to ensure that you really love this gift. Let's take it back tomorrow and you can pick something to your liking. That's nice because I should say you care about me and what I like.
True.
So maybe it is then when you're buying the items, ask the store, if it's unused, unopened, can I bring it back? What's your return policy? And stores, make sure you have a nice, favorable, you know, a generous return policy because it encourages more sale. Because maybe the guy will buy 5 perfume and say, you know, maybe she'll like any one of these 5. Me as a girl, I'll take the 5 of them. I say, yeah.
You know, but a return policy is a big factor. You know, there was a study done that showed that the more difficult it is to return a gift at a location, it reduces the chance of you shopping there again, something like 50%. Which is why a lot of American retailers, they don't even argue with you. Like you show kids something and you say, I want to return this, they go, all right, cool.
You're likely buying something else.
Exactly.
And then most times you probably overbuy because you feel less pressure. The thing is when you have a very restrictive return policy, you feel, I have to get this right, I have to pick the right one. And so most time you say, no, I can't bother. I just won't buy anything here. I'll try and find something somewhere else.
Right.
So the return policy can be very favorable. So, you know, we're trying to be creative as business owners because we want money so we can get invested. So we have to think creatively about what to do. Generous return practices. We suggest items to the customers. Make sure the checkout, the payment is very easy. Make sure the service is top notch. Make sure, you know, we meet the needs of our customers.
There you go. There, folks, a lot of practical advice we're dropping this business Valentine's Day, right? We're talking about as the individual.
Yes.
You know, we don't need to rinse it no more, but Keisha's number one recommendation, the number one gift, and I assume it's not just Valentine's Day, but all occasions. You know, go get some stocks. You don't have to be a millionaire. You can have your mickle to make your millions.
Right. You can start with your mickle. It's the habit you want to create because who I learned that from was one of my first mentors when I just started working. Every time birthday, I would see him just getting stocks, and I said, but this man well rich already. He have all of these businesses, all this real estate. But him say I have everything. How much shoes me need? Why do I need 15 pair of shoes? Right? You will have the song, right? You really need so much shoes. Bank book not have nothing to do.
Right.
I want to make sure my bank book well fat. So if I can continue getting investments for the different, you know, seasons of life, that will set me up in the future.
So there you go. Yeah. What was the term you used?
Gift investments.
Gift investments. So folks, Valentine's Day, Keisha's number one recommendation is get your gift investments in order. For the gentlemen out there and the ladies, it can go both ways.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
the same $1,000 that you'd spend on the flower, the $10,000 that you'd spend on the bouquet. Think about investing in that lifetime, that every month Valentine's Day by giving that gift. To the men out there who are not so keen on it, you know, we're giving you a little advice. Go, there's some pre-packaged stuff. Ask your questions. Get your coaching.
Yes.
Right.
So baby, help me to help you. Cause I love you. Help me.
Help me help you.
Yes.
I like that. So, guys, get your coaching. Go to the store. Ask the questions. I know that as men we barely ask for directions, but if you can ask the questions, it will make a big difference. And to the ladies, this one's from me. Nobody beat him up too bad if him get it wrong. All right? Nobody beat him up too bad. And of course, to all the business owners listening, this is a huge opportunity. You heard some of the challenges. Keep your sales system flowing. Yes. Keep your return policy generous. Solve the problem of confusion. Pre-package. Have recommendations. Let them be easily accessible and already sorted. Make the transaction process easier because guess what? Keisha wants to see you make that profit so that she can then take that profit and jumpstart it to make some more profit.
And jump.
And jump like she have a skipping rope around here.
Yeah.
All right. Keisha, before we go, where can the people find you?
I'm on Instagram, Profit Jumpstarter, and on YouTube, whole heap of videos with lots of tips, education, and ways that you can build your wealth. It's YouTube Profit Jumpstarter as well. And I have a masterclass. So each month I do masterclasses where I teach persons how to build wealth. The next masterclass is February 23rd. To register for that, you can just go on Instagram. The link in bio is there. Register for the masterclass. Come and learn the things so that you can build your wealth. My mission is to make as many people as possible very wealthy, stinking rich. That's what we're about.
Stinking rich.
Yeah.
Folks,
so,
you heard it from herself.
The masterclass.
Masterclass, Keisha the teacher, the investment guru.
Yes.
Right? And you need to check her out at Jumpstarter on IG and YouTube.
Profit Jumpstarter on IG, Profit Jumpstarter on YouTube.
You heard it. And we have a little message here, little as always, shameless self-plug. We have a book here that I wrote, Self-Discussions, Weekly Lessons from Life. And we have one lesson, I was going to talk about relationships today, but we have another lesson that speaks directly to what we're talking about today. It says, if you invest 1 cent in a plan that promises to double your investment daily, in just over 30 days, you'll have over $5 million. So that's 1 cent, 30 days, $5 million. If every day you moved your life by 1 degree in the same direction, then in 6 months, you'd have actually turned your life right around.
Yes.
If every day you took 6 steps, just 6, in the same direction, in a year, you'd have traveled over a mile. All of your great ambitions, dreams, and goals lie behind small acts directed and invested wisely.
I like that.
All right.
I like that because that is exactly how investing works. Compounding.
Right.
Small, consistent actions really pay off. The $1, it really picks up.
And on this day of Valentine's Day, that's really what we're talking about. What are the small investments that you are making in your business? What are the small investments you are making in your life? What are the small investments you are making in your relationship? So that when you build a good personal, professional, and life portfolio, there's some profits to jumpstart. All right, you heard it here from the church. You heard it here from the church, folks. Keisha, thank you so much for passing through.
Excited to be here. Great conversation.
Keisha's husband hiding in the corner. Happy to have you. Full support. She came prepared. The team is in the building.
Team there.
Big up my producer, Dominique, always looking out for me, taking care of things. Big up my technical operator there, Sir Kev, here on the morning shift. Not a usual thing for him, but we're happy to have him here. And big up the whole Bridge Nation for taking part in today's episode. Folks, coming up next, we're going to have some sweet sounds playing on the airwaves. Remember, this is the Bridge99 FM. You've been tuned into Levels and Meds with me, your host, Jeffrey Azan. I'll see you next week, Tuesday at 10 o'clock for more Next Level Living and Thinking. Have a great day and don't stop leveling up.
Great convo.
The beer smells him up, so we know so we're on to something. Folks, I hope you enjoyed that. I know you only caught the second half of it, but we're happy to have you. Happy to be a part. Alright, we're going away. Later.
Yes, nice. Thank you for having me on. Thank you very much.